Hi guys, Scatlink here. Welcome to my modding showcasing sub-series, Hats Off to You, a series of which we try out community-created hats, costumes, functions, singular levels, full chapters, or time rifts created by the Hat in Time fan community via the Steam Workshop. This will also include any challenge roads of which will have their own video dedicated to earning ourselves a trophy, of which would otherwise be permanently missed. Hi guys, welcome back. Scatlink here, and we are off for more of a Hat in Time Summer 2024 live event. This is part 3 overall, and we're covering the entirety of the Level 2 map. Please check the previous episode so you're not totally lost. This gets messier as we go, so you'll probably be lost otherwise. As stated before, I'll try to keep the order of repeat mod levels in order of before, so first up that is now available is the repeat Pirate Palm Paradise. As stated, the event-exclusive award, the Butterfly Die, moved to being a reward for beating the Cyclone Sea Fort map on level 1, but if you already have it in your Steam inventory, no worries. What you do want to worry about is that you can't just enter this level like last time. You'll still need to basically earn the timepiece to get all 3 stamps like before, but now you spin the second newest feature introduced in this live event, the MODifier Roulette. You have 3 chances to choose a mod badge that will be permanently equipped for this Death Wish, that once chosen cannot be re-rolled or unequipped. Unless this is something quite obnoxious, this is barely a hindrance and in some cases a free cheat to exploit. So outside of Death Wishes, let me cover all the possible spins that you could be stuck with. The Projectile Plus badge adds over shoulder view and aim while charging ability to the original Projectile Badge. Hat Kid always fires in the direction your camera is looking, so no worry about the problem with the original Projectile Badge that sometimes the laser beam goes in one direction, but damage goes in another. I've had this problem during the latest Challenge Road 52, with the 3D Mafia boss. It also enables Hat Kid to run in one direction while shooting in another direction. I've tried adding shooting to the air ability, as well as found but not as useful as the homing attack, so I commented the code out. If you want to give it a try, please uncomment the code and compile for yourself. Okay, so that's not a thing, but it was so you can use the right stick to pivot yourself while holding the button, and then you can fire as it maxes out. But it always fires in the camera that you're facing. As you see there, it just snapped to facing in this direction, which is where I was looking at, with the camera, not physically with a Hat Kid. And I'm just destroying Rumby. We also have the Among Us Vent Badge, which allows you to basically have fast travel by placing up to 3 of the latest vents to transport in between. I covered this quite in depth when the Among Us cross-promotion stickers were released by owning both Among Us and a Hat in Time on the same Steam account. And Lilac's Headpiece, which replaces the homing attack with a floaty cyclone spin jump, which is an official mod and one of the very first mods that was ever made for a Hat in Time. I actually covered this when I first introduced mods in my Let's Play, like episode 2. So this has been here since the start. The Firebrand Badge by Argle. This fiery badge grants you a burning dash attack, replacing your homing attack in the air. Tackling enemies or walls with this attack creates an explosion and knocks you upwards. You can also double jump or dive afterwards if you didn't use those before the dash, so you can pull off some tricky jumps. So this is how it works. Basically, if I double jump and then try to use the homing attack, I will do a little fire lunge instead, which can do damage, but you can also bounce off stuff like that. I don't know why the game hung for a second there. I guess it didn't expect me to bounce off the tree. But you can bounce off walls like that. So you can do stuff like this. So it can make platforming a little bit more interesting for you, but of course, this just means that you've got a different homing attack, similar to Lilac's Headpiece, that replaces your homing attack with the Cyclone. The Stomp Badge, also by Argle. This badge makes jumping on heads easier, but removes your homing attack. In essence, it makes you a little bit more plumber and a little less hedgehog. I had to actually enter a level in order to show this off. Gives you a bigger hitbox on landing on enemies. Kind of like what I normally use Raz's goggles to do, because you get this ball and all that. But it just makes you more accurate in order to actually jump on enemies. But as you can tell, you don't have much of a homing attack anymore, but for some reason it gives you the sky air attack. Which, if you remember, was one of the badges included in the beta set, which is this one here, the Air Attack Badge. So the Stomp badge gives you the Air Attack Badge as a bonus. Because if I were to, like, unequip this and just have this on, which was a old beta element. See? I mean, I get a little bit more airtime than before, but I do have my home attack back now. If I can find something to quickly smack. No, wait, this actually replaces the homing attack, doesn't it? Yeah, it does. If I take that off, we have a homing attack back. The Critical Hit Badge by Sunnyshar, truly a fair and balanced mechanic. Any set of damage dealt will have a chance to deal 3 times that damage instead. The more damage you deal in a short duration, the higher the crit chance is, going from 10% up to 25%. Check configs of this mod as there's a lot of cool stuff to mess with, like always critical hits, adjusting the lowest and highest chance, making the player affected by crits or enemies immune to it. This does not work on bosses, because bosses are set to take 1 damage regardless of damage amount, making this badge completely useless in that case. So here are the settings. Now you must realise that if this is pre-enabled, you won't be able to actually change any of these settings. They will be on the default settings when you are forced to equip this during the MODifier Roulette. The game always freezes a little bit when you try to exit those kind of menus. And I have it equipped. So if I try to, like, damage this Mafia, well, obviously some of them are going to be a little bit immune. But if we keep attacking, it says critical hit sometimes. I just one-shot that Mafia. Oh, there we go. I punched through the red aura before it triggered. So that's kind of how that works. Those are all the badges that change your moveset or your attacks in a unique or interesting way that can also help in traversal. In this case, we're now getting into some of the negatives. The Tripping Badge by Happy Job, of course. This basically brings brawl mechanics into your game. It lets you randomly trip here and there. Made for the 2024 modding jam, April Fools is an April Fool's joke for Saria, Elegant Saria, because she clearly needs this while playing levels. For Star, this might just be a small annoyance. Star Shoals. Update. Brawlified. Added tripping can happen when turning around too quickly. Added chance of tripping when running toward a ledge. And added a config menu where you can set the tripping frequency. Credits. Ultra Boo, Epic Yoshi Master, Sabby Shur, and Super Inklink for coding and math help. Undrew, and Crash for code snippets for some stuff. Now, it says that it's very often. Again, that's the default. That's what it will be if you roll it in the modifier. And this can also happen when you're in mid-jump. So, be careful about that. So, I'm just going to run around and it will just randomly trigger. It may even happen when I'm jumping around. Come on. I mean, it's set to very often, but it doesn't happen as often as you think. But it can be, obviously, a little bit of an annoyance when going through platforming levels and you happen to roll this. It's not the end of the world if you do. As you can see, I still very often haven't tripped once, and I'm just doing the darn thing. I do have it equipped. But in a way, it's kind of similar to the no hat, where you just press it and you trip. But it can stack along with that, so let's probably not do that. What if I go for a sprint and start jumping around? Why is this not triggering? Oh, there we are. It triggered while I was in mid-jump, which can really mess you up in platforming. And you see, I'm not wearing the no hat. That was definitely the badge. So, it just took a while for it to actually show its true colours there. The Chase Badge by Argle Bargle. This badge is haunted by a very angry ghost that will kill you if you don't keep moving. Experience the game in a whole new panic-inducing way. This badge makes some parts of the game very difficult. I've mitigated this where I can, but if it's too nightmarish for your chastes, you can decrease the damage dealt by the ghost in the mods menu, or in the Act Select menu with the badge equipped. You can also increase the damage if you're ready to withstand horrors of pure fright. But that's not all. You can now earn medals if you beat levels with the badge equipped. Beat your high scores, track your progress to 100%. Right now the medals are just for show. There might be an unlockable reward in the future. Is this like the emblems that they recently added? Yeah, the damage is free by default. So you can only take one hit before it kills you. Have you ever heard of the Green Demon Challenge from Mario 64? You trigger a 1-up that tracks you, and you basically got to try and grab a star before it actually touches you, gaining a 1-up. In fact, in some randomizers, it does change them to kill you. That's basically what this is based off of. Once it's equipped and you unpause... Yep, there he is. He's chasing me. That's not good. He is right on my bottom. And he actually outsped me with the sprint hat. Next up is the Urchin Badge by Super Ink Link. If you haven't noticed, these badges are mostly themed on hindering your movement or lack of backtracking. Have you ever loved the urchins within the awesome Deep Sea Rift? Wish they could follow you wherever you go? Well, the Urchin Badge is here to ease your woes, apparently. This badge will let you paint a trail of urchins behind you wherever you move, forcing you to think about where you walk. With customizable length, spacing, and size, you'll be able to truly experience Urchin. Also comes with free online party sync. Yes, because you want to annoy everyone else while playing the game. Also features 2 awesome Death Wish challenges with 1 awesome sticker reward. The incredible collab sticker was brought to you by Super Ink Link, Arctic Blue, Benius, or also known as Bree, JDWMGB, Hatlag, Super Cool Sonic, Nice Stickman, Napard Tit, Epic Yoshi Master, and Semi Shah. Great, now I've got to mention these 2 Death Wish challenges, which includes a sticker. So, do I even count that? Or do I just leave it like with the mop from Pizza Tower's Painted Sandcastle? With the badge equipped, as soon as it says on the tin, we start moving around. Urchins are just spawning. Thankfully, we can actually stop moving and they will not spawn on top of us. But it does stop us from backtracking. So you're just going to have to keep your distance. And it doesn't matter about the speed, because you can see that they are still spawning, basically filling every space possible. Okay, so not using the big Death Wish map mod, where I've shown closing hours and staff only already down here. Urchin Care seems to be here. Clear Bon Voyage. Your contract has expired, and the big parade with the Sea Urchin Badge equipped. Since I've beaten those levels and... Wait, Bon Voyage? Isn't that like a one-way level? Oh no, that means that you have to grab all the timepiece shards without the Sea Urchin Badge getting in your way. But it doesn't matter if you die or not, does it? Because it's a candle. So you can just brute force it until you actually get all the pieces. The contract has expired. That's a boss level. And the big parade, well, you're already being chased, but that makes backtracking even more difficult. Ha! Interesting. And this one's got the sticker that I can't see. Let me do one of these levels. Uh-oh. Okay, thank God for that. Oh, that's bad. Well, what am I supposed to do here? Well, I guess if you fall, that's just that. Oh no! Checkpoints don't count. Well, that's awkward to know. I gotta grab all the timepiece shards on a single go? Not a fan of that, but I need to see what the other Death Wish is so I can see what that sticker is. So, the hookshot didn't want to go off there. And that time it didn't want to swing properly. And that's unfair. What happened there? The hookshot just launched me down. Thank you. This time the hookshot actually worked. The amount of times I was going to think about fast-forwarding it back. Right, this is going to be the most difficult thing. I've got to get down to even trigger being able to collect the timepiece shards. Without, you know, spawning too many. So, do they start despawning at some point? Because I would assume that they would start overloading the game. There's got to be like some sort of hard limit, right?
Attention passengers and
By the way, this was not practiced. I didn't actually read the description of the mod until... as I did for the vid. Right. So there's one in every room. Begins now. Excuse me? I didn't even move into that. That's cheating. And I'm stuck in here. Hang it. Get out of it. Okay. Not the most ideal situation. Especially since that, you know, if I die, I'm stuck. I gotta do the whole thing again. Whoa! They have not despawned. That is bad. I almost went straight into those. Need to get over. Get in here. Now, obviously, I can manipulate the badge. Because it's not, like, an actual issue. Oh, wait, why is it darkened? I'm guessing if I remove it, the contract will expire. But nothing says that I can't go in here and change it. Ah, I see. So, can I just change this? And then it'll be easier? I mean, it's not technically cheating, is it? Because these two, it's unless you roll this in the MODifier Roulette for the events death wishes, it'll always be on default settings, but these are the death wishes that were included with the badge. And it does mention that you can do this. Nothing stops you from configuring this. So, well, actually, there's only 25 urchins by default. Hang on. So there is actually a maximum. So that means some of them should be deleted at some point. So this room's getting a bit too busy. Maybe I should leave. Got full health. Let's go underneath. Get out of here. I don't even know how much of this I'm going to leave in. Ow, sugar. So how many do I spawn just by walking in this room? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's quite a lot. So most of these should be despawning at some point. That was not ideal. There should not be this many. It said that there's 25 at default. But there's way more than 25 here. Am I missing something? I keep going into settings. I need to go to mods.
Well, you got me. By all accounts, it doesn't make sense.
Well, it's not uncapped, but it's not seeming to be 25. Which is interesting. Because that's way too... There's way more than 25 on screen right now. It's like it's unlimited. It's uncapped. It's not how that's supposed to be. Is the badge busted or something? Hey, look at this! Not a single one has despawned since the start of the level. That's broken. That's not working properly. I've gone in the wrong bloody menu again. No, I don't want to click that button! Ah! Well, now I've completely buggered it up. Change it to 10, then go back to 25. Oh, I haven't got it equipped anymore now. Ow! Bollocks to you! Just because I did a misclick. But yeah, it wasn't working for... It's still active. Ow. Well, I'm kind of stuck now. I'm kind of boxed in. What do I do here? What do I do here? I'm dead. Even if this was the last one I collected, I still need to be able to get out. But because they just haven't reduced in number since the start of the level, I can't beat the level. I don't think that's fair, considering it's supposed to be... It is set, default, max of 25. Yet it seemed to be uncapped. Set the maximum of 10. Maybe the default's broken. Maybe I also have to leave the level so it actually saves the choice. But if the default's 25, then I shouldn't have the entire level filled with urchins like it's uncapped. Like, that's what's not making sense right now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And the old ones are not despawning again. It's uncapped! Why is it acting like it's uncapped? I've set it to 10! Not on the default 20! Like, it thinks I've got it on there, but I haven't. I'm nowhere near that. I don't normally change the defaults. So the badge is busted, and it's not being fair. Because I feel like having the default 25 actually makes the mission possible, so I can go back on myself, so I can, you know, make my way around the ship, so I can actually get all the stuff. But it just doesn't seem to do that. So, yeah, ignore these death wishes that come with the badge for now, because the badge itself has a bit of a problem. And because of that, I can't even tell you what the sticker for the second one even is. It's a good thing that I've mentioned before that any mods that have their own built-in death wishes, I don't really cover too much. So I'm going to have to turn that off, because I can't even get to the one that has, you know, a sticker reward. I don't even know what it is. Getting back to our actual planned coverage of stuff that's included for the MODifier Roulette is the Hazard Badge by Argle Bargle. We can't stop here, this is Projectile Country. Basically, with the badge equipped, debris just falls around you, and it can hurt you. All manner of attacks, including snatches, scary beams, sandbags, studio lights. Ouch. Yep, they can get you. Oh, God! Wasn't expecting the puppets. Oh, hello. Why did you give me a harpon? Oh god, knives. Are you dropping me health, Rumby? I appreciate it. You're getting timepieces? Studio disco balls? At least health is periodically dropped, that's great. Is that Rumby doing that? No, health is just appearing. It's just coincidentally being roughly near Rumby. Alright, let's turn this off before I get blown up. Most of these badges seem to have been made by Argle Bargle, the Warp Clock Badge. This weird badge makes time flow relative to your movement speed. Super hot. If you stop, time stops. If you go fast, time goes fast. Whatever you do, do not combine this with any other clock badges. It will break. This currently turns Alpine Skyline purple due to a bug with the base game. Thankfully, we're not going there. Well, I've got debris here, but as long as I don't move, I'm good, aren't I? Thankfully, I can dance, and, well, time is still ever so slightly moving, as we can tell. So I'm just gonna do that. Look at that. It even messes with the music. Pretty wacky. Let me grab one of these. If you haven't noticed, we've moved into the time-based badges now, with the Broken Clock Badge after the Warped Clock Badge by Argle Bargle. This very silly badge cranks up everything to 3 times the normal speed, except for you. For fun, try equipping this during the old windmill or the big parade. I'm guessing outside of Death Wish, because that would do it by itself anyway. Just make sure you don't equip this with any other clock badges. I have it equipped. Diddle-oo. Music sped up. God, imagine having the Hazard Badge on with this. That's going to be insane, wouldn't it? But yeah, everything is running 3 times as fast, but we are not. We're kind of out of time. We're 3 times slow. The Perfect Alignment Badge puts the world into perfect alignment. I had to rush this one, but I'm pretty sure nothing is wrong with it. This is a weird one, and not immediately apparent on what it does. So I'm going to start with it not equipped for the minute. So, you see like these trees, like, you know, they're a bit crooked and all that. You can jump on them, but it's not exactly straight, sort of thing. Maybe if we go over here. Not everything is exactly straight around here. So, like that table, for example. So what if I equip the badge? Whoa, everything's just straightened up a little bit. Did you see that? And it also messes with the collision a little bit. And the music gets all kind of distorted. What's happened to the water? Well, the water's always in a bit of a movement, so that kind of gets all screwy as well. Let's head down here. Well, everything's a bit wonky here. Perfect alignment, eh? What do we turn it off and then turn it back on? Ah, everything is back to what it should be. Interesting. Put it back on. Ah, everything's all crooked again. Or is it? It's supposed to make everything straightened up. Oh! What's happened over here? Everything is broken. The boardwalks are just completely decimated. This is considered perfect alignment? What's happened here? Look at this! Look at this mess! What's going on with this building? Everything is broken and imploded on itself. Yeah, if you get this badge, things can happen. That's not even solid. Let's turn that off. There we go. It always right with the world again. Let's put it on one more time. Whey! I can't even jump. I actually cannot move here. Oh, that'll be why. There's a friggin' ceiling in the way that's stopping me from jumping. I can't even see it. Get me out of the water! Ah. Give me that. There we go. Yeah, I was inside this big old block. So, yeah. Perfect alignment. Can be quite a mess. I just Wile E. Coyote'd. Whoa, okay. This is quite involved looking. Look at this. The spin attack. Not actually a badge, but a weapon replacement. By Kanromi. Not actually a description here, so I'll have to go in the workshop. The spin attack by the Don. Themed after the Crash Bandicoot spin attack itself, as well as a PlayStation 1 case for some reason. Credits made by Don Fishant. Special thanks by Kanromi with the scaling effect. PS1 cases from Martini332 and Jevangod. Phoenix 14,000. And I'm Lee Robson. There doesn't actually seem to be an explanation other than the rear side of the case. Send all flying with a spin, and spin while moving. And it's the Super Spin Attack panel is what you're equipping. So you just press the... I completely forgot about the Perfect Alignment Badge. Obviously changing where the Mafia was. So he's just stuck in the ground. Get out of it. I actually cannot hit him. I can home attack him, which we don't lose. Oh, you can keep on mashing the... Oh, I can hit him. There we go. Got him. Put him out of his misery. But yeah, you can just spin around like Crash Bandicoot. You can keep on mashing it like the Super Spin Attack that you get in those games. You can actually do it in mid-air, which gives you a little bit of floatiness like the Super Spin Attack does, or the Depth Spin, or is it Tornado Spin? I forget what it's actually called, but you can see I'm getting a lot of movement there. I realise that the last one is a weapon and not a badge, but it can still impact the way you play levels, even if they're repeat playthroughs. Since I'm playing through this on my project save file for this very project, if I do roll a particularly dubious badge and I have trouble, I will show off some fresh gameplay. Otherwise, if it's a repeat level with the same Death Wish requirements, like before, I'll be skipping over them in this scripted fashion to get to the new content we have yet to cover. Speaking of, the repeat ukulele candle is finally available once again, so get jamming for 4 minutes for an easy free stamps. The repeat Rain Aquarium Hotel Rehydrated is up next with the same stipulations as before, collect all shards for the timepiece. However, a MODifier Roulette will be spun this time round. There are 2 Rift tokens that I have collected before, so please see my 100% run through this level during the 2023 summer event before. You did get a mod Sun Hat Brewing Flare as a reward last time, but that's no longer a thing. So while checking out the past video, check the links of any of the descriptions to download mentioned mods, as going forward, any more mod rewards of the past will be skipped over as they are no longer apply as unlockables. Now here is an interesting but also inconsequential thing. Next up would be the Rift of the Rising Sun, but both the mod and the creator do not seem to exist anymore on Steam. So the level was swapped with a different level, but it shares the exact same Death Wish stamps and the amount of in-level collectibles, which is none. So literally, it's just a level swap. Just beat the level and you'll hit all the checkpoints to get all the stamps. If you want to see the Rift of the Rising Sun, check out the 2023 live event videos, and if you want to see the replacement Simply aesthetic in full, please check out my run through of that level in Challenge Road 28. Yep, I've already beaten this level in the past for a trophy. You're welcome. We are efficient around here. And now for the big one. In as much of a recap order as I can keep this in, is the repeat Snatcher's Not Sketchy Carnival. But due to covering each individual mod badge featured in the MODifier Roulette and getting sideswiped by the 2 Urchin Badge Death Wishes, considering what is new in this mod, we're going to cover this next time. Nothing to do with the event Death Wishes, it's just that the mod since last year has had an update, which, among other things, has added a mod timepiece. So with that, I'll see you guys next time.